All right? So if we don't lean to our own understanding, then what understanding should we lean on? His understanding, his thoughts, right? What did he say? My thoughts. I don't have time to go through all the scriptures right now. My thoughts are what? Not your thoughts. My ways are not your ways, right? But we want to rely on our thoughts and our ways. And then we want to put Christ in a bottle like a genie and pray and, rub it. Now work. And it doesn't work like that. But that's what we want. Okay? But we have to trust him with all our heart and do not lean to our own understanding. Okay? Besides, we don't even see everything. Okay? He sees everything. And you know what I really believe? That he saves us from ourselves. Right? Doesn't he? We would really be surprised. If he was to show us how much he saved us from, we'd probably be scared. If he would just say, look, you was about to die over here. Right? So he saves us from ourselves. Right? So what do we have to do to not lean unto our own understanding? It's in verse 6. This is the hard part, but this is what we got to do. Verse 6.
Verse 6. In all thy ways, acknowledge him.
In all our ways. See, our ways is not his ways. So we yield our ways to his ways. That's tough, huh? Our thoughts are not his thoughts. So let's look at it like this. And all your thoughts acknowledge him. I just switched the word for a moment so you can get understanding of that. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. And all thy ways, acknowledge him. And all thy thoughts, acknowledge him. Because if our thoughts get in the way, we go that way, we're in trouble. Right? Isn't that something? That's where the spiritual warfare is. It tells you in 2 Corinthians 10, it tells us to cast down what? Imaginations and everything that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High. So if there's something that goes against the knowledge of the Most High, cast it down. Okay, right? And it says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. So we're in a constant battle, constant war. We're all in it, right? We're all in it. We have to constantly reason with Scripture, right? So this is what we have to do in order to rely on him. In all thy ways, acknowledge him. And if we do that, guess who's guiding us? What does it say?
And he shall direct thy path.
So he's taking us through that dark tunnel, right? We don't like that dark tunnel. I've been there. I know what that feels like. But I had to go through it. I had no choice. All right? I was broken down to the point where it was either trusting him or, I don't know, or die. I've been at a very, very low point like that. Okay? I had to trust in him, and all I could see was the light in front of me, so to speak. Okay? But sometimes he has to break us down like that for us to see that we have to rely on him. Okay? And then he begins to brighten up the days for us. Okay? But in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Take one day at a time. You're worrying about tomorrow. Take one day at a time. And I know we do that sometimes. We're worrying about bills. We're worrying about a job. We're worrying about food. We're worrying about all these things. Take one day at a time. Get through that day. We'll stress ourselves out about stuff that'll probably never even happen. Anybody ever done that before? And it never even happened that way. I'm talking from experience because I've done it. All right? So the Most High has a way of getting us through it, but he has to say, look, I told you to trust me. You didn't trust me. He showed us anyway. So we can trust him. Right? He'll direct our paths. Look, verse 7.
Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Most High and depart from evil.
Be not wise in our own eyes. Want to do it our way. Nah, that's the wrong way. We all got to learn that. Depart from evil. Okay? I know I got to close this out. The most important part is to keep the Father's commandments in your mind at all times. At all times, right? That's all of us. We're on the battle. We're in a battle. Often in times past, we were concerned with keeping an outward appearance to show others of our keeping the law. But in our hearts, we didn't care to know it. Okay? For example, okay, I got my, suit on, and you see, I'm really showing it right. Yeah, boy, Bishop Azan, he keeping the law, right? He keeping the law. You know what I mean? So you get my point? Yeah. So I'm just saying that sometimes that don't mean nothing. Sometimes it don't mean. So where's the law? It's got to be in here. So when we say we're keeping the fringes, what we're saying is we're keeping the law in our heart. That's what we're saying. You see what I'm saying? So it's got to mean something, or else we're just going through a ritual. You see what I'm saying? So be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Most High and depart from evil. And there's so much more I would like to go through, but we got to get, we have to get the other service started. But just understanding that truth is power. And the way that the power resonates in our life is when we trust the Most High. If we trust Him with all of our heart, that power resonates in our life. Okay? Let us trust Him and hold on to Proverbs chapter 3, verses 1 through 7. And let's have the faith of Abraham, like we read in Romans chapter 4. And if we can do that, we're going to make it. We're going to be all right. All right? I have to close it there just for time. So Shabbat Shalom, and I'm going to hand it over to the officers.